Are you hungry? Well, today we're going to break down the top 5 restaurants in Paso Robles, California.
I am hungry.
Me too.
I'm always hungry.
It's almost noon.
It's almost noon. When we talk about Paso Robles and food, it's like,
They have the best food, I think, in the county, I'd say.
I love it.
Consistently.
I love it.
Consistent restaurants. So
I agree.
Let's get into it. Even though, and to preface, I haven't been to a lot of them.
Yeah, you haven't been to a lot of these ones. But anyway, my name is PaulSwack. I'm a real estate broker here in San Luis Obispo County. This is Megan Smith.
Hi.
And we're excited to talk about this today. We continue to make these videos about everything going on in San Luis Obispo County. And one of them is the restaurants in Paso Robles, which is going to be my favorite video out of everything we probably do.
Just about to say that. Yeah. I think this will be your favorite video.
It's so bad that even tomorrow I have to go to Paso Robles for a showing, and I just think that automatically, where am I going to eat?
Yeah, and you're excited.
I'm like, great. You want to see a house in Paso Robles? No problem.
Can
we do it around 4:30? That way I can have dinner. It just always kind of works out that way. But, there's been so much growth in Paso Robles.
Yes.
And just a lot of, there's a couple different groups of people that have put together some restaurants that I personally don't know them, but they've just done a great job. Good food, good service. Mm-hmm. It's continued to be kind of around the downtown area. And I've always said, you put a couple good people, it's not competition.
No.
They all benefit because now you've got all these different places
that's a good
that
point.
are bringing in good people, and you can just go. I don't have to know where I'm going to eat tomorrow until I get there.
Totally. And it's like, okay, if I know that restaurant's good and that restaurant's good, then I'm going to assume the next one is as well, and continuing that.
And there's a ton there. I mean, I don't even know the number, but just around the downtown, there's so many good restaurants
they're just
that are not on our list.
No.
And so...
Yeah, I was going to say Taste. I even forgot
Taste
we can talk
great.
about that later, but yeah.
And there's just a ton of places. So, we're going to go through the list as far as what we feel is the top 4, basically.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about a couple speakeasies. So make sure you stay tuned till the end, because there's 2 speakeasies there that are pretty fun.
Yep. And
if you don't know about them, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't know.
It's not well known.
Right. And you're not going to see it.
So it's coming from a local.
Right. Right. So let's get into it. Let's go with number 1, and I'll go ahead and start if you want. Number 1 is kind of like a local favorite, I would say. A lot of people say it's kind of touristy.
And this is the one I have been to as well.
You have been to it, yep. So Fish Gaucho, which is kind of right downtown. You talk to a lot of locals, and they're like, "Oh, that's the tourist spot." And I'm like, "Well, there's a lot of locals in there every day, and you go and sit at the bar, and you'll meet a lot of locals in there." But I love it. The food is always great.
Atmosphere is great.
Yep. Service is great. It just continues to be kind of a staple, and any time of the day and year they're open, they're busy.
Yes. The one time, or maybe 2 times I've been in there, they've been packed. We sat at the bar. The drinks are awesome. They have specialty cocktails.
Yep.
Kind of more refined, nachos and kind of more stuff you'd see, but it's special to them. I don't know.
Yeah. And they just, one of the things that I love there is just their short rib tacos.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a snack. You don't have to get a full meal, but everything there is just so good. And I continue to take people there all the time or meet people there. It's just a great spot to be. So Fish Gaucho is going to go down as our number 1, even though a lot of locals might not agree, which is okay.
Okay, so number 2, you'll have to take it away kind of after, but it is The Hatch Rotisserie and Bar. So based off the name, kind of the description, they sell mostly chicken, correct? Rotisserie chickens.
They do. They have a handful of other things there too. I've had dinner there 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
You haven't been there.
No.
It's definitely worth going to. It's a little bit smaller. It's actually kind of right across the street from Fish Gaucho.
Okay.
But you get a different type of food than you would normally get.
Okay.
Somebody at the table ordered bone marrow, which I would never order.
Wow.
And had to try it, and it was great.
Okay.
But I would never order it.
No.
And so a lot of stuff on the menu there.
Interesting.
I kind of had that where it was we all ordered different things. Actually, every time I went there, because it wasn't the standard items that I would typically get.
Yeah.
And so...
might as well try something new at that point.
Try something new and go for it. But
Yep.
what I can tell you is everything that I had that I wouldn't typically order was really, really good. Service is great. I believe you kind of need to make reservations at this one because...
The size of it.
It's small and, just... you're not going to have a bad meal, and so even if it's not specifically something that you're used to, It's a great date night or meeting some friends there. It's just a cool spot.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to go.
I know. I do need to go.
We can do an update.
This year, I'll go.
Yeah. I think you need to. Okay. Number 3. It's a French restaurant.
Yeah.
I kind of struggle with saying the names, but you try it.
Les Petites Canailles. Thanks for making me do that.
Yeah, you're welcome. We definitely, our language is not the best with that. A lot of locals call it LPC because it's a lot easier to say, but I did go there twice. Again, interesting. Great food, great service, a little bit of a smaller restaurant in general, but, great wines. You can sit at the bar and eat. You can get tables, but it was another place where it's like the whole atmosphere with the service, the food, the location isn't something that we have a lot of in the area.
Yeah.
Like our whole county, it stands out as another top-notch restaurant, and it's not stuff that I would typically order.
Yeah.
So
the description kind of says they have Chef Julian, and he was a Michelin star chef in France. So
yeah, I believe
he's taken all of his culinary experience here into Paso Robles, which is not, used to that kind of cuisine. So it's definitely gives like another spin, another like totally different way that you can go for a meal.
Yeah, we asked the server, like, what do you recommend? And they were like, try this. And I'm looking at it like, oh, man, I don't really want to try that.
I don't know what it is.
But it was great. So I think, it's just you got to get out of your comfort zone sometimes, especially with food. And I'm very guilty of, like, not experimenting or getting out on things like that.
Creature of habit with a lot of stuff.
And plain, like I'm like grilled cheese. And it's like, that's so bad whenever you're talking about, restaurants and stuff like that. So got to go there. You'll just be happy. You'll have a good meal, good service, and go from there. So, okay. Next one is In Bloom.
Yes.
So In Bloom, just down the street from LPC. It's funny. It's a lot of the same descriptions. It's just another restaurant that I've had great meals, great service. I don't know exactly what the cuisine or style is. There was a lot of different types of things on the menu. But it's another one I just say you got to go to and experience for yourself because, whenever we're making this list, and obviously, you haven't been to a couple of them, but we just want to make the list for you to go and experiment it by yourself. Like, go figure it out, go on a date, go with people.
Research it, see what you think you might like.
Yep.
Top 3, whatever.
Yep. This is just to help you give a little bit of a head start to
narrow it down
get
a little.
there. Yeah. So In Bloom, again.
Good atmosphere.
Been there twice. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Very similar to LPC as far as like size, atmosphere, service. All really, really good.
Okay.
So yeah, from there, let's go to a couple speakeasies.
Yeah.
So, a speakeasy, it's kind of like a hidden bar area. There's 2 in Paso Robles. Do you want to?
Isn't Pappy McGregor's one? Okay, I think I've been there, but maybe not.
Yeah. So Pappy McGregor's is a great, cool, bar restaurant right by the park downtown. So they have a speakeasy in the back called 1122.
Okay.
So you can't really you can't get to it from the entrance of the front of the building.
Okay.
So what you do is you go around the backside in an alley, like a street, and you have to knock on the door and you kind of get entered into a like a little room that looks like a library. And there's like a hidden door for you to be able to get into it. And, it's a speakeasy, so you can't share too many secrets of the inside because that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
But I will share the one thing that I love the most about it.
Okay.
Which it's super cool inside. It's bigger than most speakeasies.
Okay.
But as soon as you get into the little room where they like kind of tell you some rules and stuff like that, they take your cell phone.
Wow.
And they lock it in a little bag and they hand it to you so no one can be on their cell phone while you're in there.
Comedy show or something.
It's great. And so you're having to, talk to people.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Which is like, we've had the conversation before, like when I was in high school and cell phones didn't exist.
Totally.
It was a better life.
Yep.
And so even going there without it is so much better.
And like being kind of forced to live without it.
You can't look at your phone.
I wonder if they do that so you don't take photos, of
probably.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's a good, there's cool drinks. You have to go. It's just super fun. to be with a group of people, or even if you're just there with one other person. It probably holds between 45 and 55 people.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's got a full bar and then 2 different sections with, 4 tables on each side. So you can fit a lot of people in there.
Do you have to do like a special knock or anything? Or
no, they come out, and there's usually a line of people, and the lady will come out and grab a couple people, and you can make reservations as well there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's another one. The second one is behind Alchemist Garden.
Oh, yes.
Which is actually just down the way from Pappy McGregor's. Again, both of them face the park.
And Alchemist Garden is a really good restaurant as well, right?
Yeah, really good restaurant and a bar as well.
Yes, I've heard.
So they're, the mixologist type of owners and guys, and they have all these crazy drinks on the menu. Yeah. It's fun. So even if you go to the main bar, it's a really great experience. But they now just opened this last year, a speakeasy on the back side, and it's called Remedy, and there's only 12 people allowed in it at a time.
Okay, so that's way more exclusive.
It's way more exclusive. It's darker. It's got kind of like the cool red carpet, different vibe in there. There's a little push cart. The guy will come over and make your drinks right in front of you.
Wow.
And they make it like it's fun. Like there's dry ice that explodes on the floor.
Like a bubble on your...
Yeah. So, you just got to experience it. It's just a fun thing. Cool. So if you're out for the night and you go to one of these restaurants for dinner, you can make a reservation at Remedy as well.
Okay.
And then be able to go and have an after dinner drink.
Very
and
cool.
just enjoy it, walk around the park. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, not really. Especially if it's only allows a couple people. It's like...
Yeah. And the weather's great. Fun. Like it's a nice time of year to like kind of always walk around right now.
Are there windows in the speakeasies, either of them? Or is it pretty dark?
It's dark.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think there's windows in Remedy, but they're like curtained off and blacked out.
Totally.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Now I'm hungry. So.
I know. But that's our list.
That is our list.
Anything else to add?
Nope. Just let us know. I think our next video on Paso is going to be going over the top wineries. So just keep your eye out for that, and let us know if you guys want to see anything specific going forward.
Anything like she said, anything specific, or you want us to touch on in any of the cities, it'll help us have another idea of a video to make.
Yep.
So again, thanks again. Send us any messages if you need anything with real estate, and we look forward to chatting with you soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.